Hello, people of YouTube. It's been a while since I've made a YouTube video. I wanted to come back because I've been craving kind of the concept of making content lately, and YouTube's kind of been on the back of my mind. I wanted to make something pertaining to my interests, something that I would like talking about. I wanted to make something pertaining to music, probably, maybe movies in the future, I don't know, just culture in general. So today I'm going to be ranking the Billboard top 10 songs from each year of the 2020s. I can be a bit of a snobby, fucking stupid nerd sometimes when it comes to music listening habits. And, I wanted to see how I would react actually, because I think I can be kind of a poptimist sometimes, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm fucking miserable a lot of the time, but, I like some. Uh, I don't. I mean, I've literally been listening to everything that's on the charts, and I can't. I mean, like, fucking Dua Lipa and the Weekend and like Harry Styles. They I mean, they make some good music. I like pop songs every now and again, and a lot of the charts aren't even pop songs. I mean, I guess they are because they're popular music, and the term pop songs is kind of weird to describe a genre. But like, a lot of it is like rap or other stuff. I don't know, and a lot of it is good, and a lot of it is bad, and a lot of it is in between. So we're gonna parse through all that and figure it out. Except I don't know. It's the royal we, because I'm gonna decide for you. And side note, if you disagree with any of my opinions in this video, feel free to let your anger consume you totally. Turn into a Looney Tunes character. Have the steam be coming out of your ears. Have your face turn red. It kind of starts like swelling up with anger and rage and violent thoughts towards me, and then take all of that rage into the comments below and tell me what you think. But I'm gonna get get into it. So this here is our tier list. The first one, anyways. I actually just realized that these are not in order whatsoever. Alright, whatever. Let's get into the first one. The first one here actually surprises me quite a bit. I know that may shock like some of you, because you've probably heard this song like a bunch of times, or maybe even streamed it yourself. The song, though, is Someone You Loved by Lewis Capaldi. I definitely have heard this one around. Like, it was probably on, like, I don't know, pop soul radio or something at some point. I know I've heard it before, is the thing. I think it kind of speaks to the whole problem with the song that I don't remember hearing it, despite it being so popular, and the fact that I've definitely heard it. Lewis certainly like puts a lot. There's a lot of passion in his voice, and he's certainly like emotional about whatever he's talking about. Presumably like some kind of breakup or some kind of failed relationship, But it is like very vague. It uses a lot of like very kind of just overused types of lyrics that you would use this type of this song, sad breakup ballad. And I'm not even saying it's bad by any stretch. It's just not like that good. I just don't think there's much here other than like the performance, the singing performance, which is good. I couldn't do that, obviously. He's a good singer, but yeah, I'm kind of feeling a C. I guess that's kind of like the whole problem with this whole thing, is that like I could never make any of these songs, so I feel kind of bad. But like, what are you gonna do? Sue me? I don't know. Next song. Oh wait, hold on. I just got to plop this one in C real quick. Look, I'm sorry, Lewis. Maybe we could hang out sometime. Maybe we could like, maybe we could like go on James Corden or something. Would that be good? I know that guy won't stop hitting me up all the time, texting me about every little thing he's doing during the day. Get some fucking friends, James. Look, James, like, I like you and everything, but, like, I don't like you like that, okay? You need to stop doing this. Alright, this next one is The Bones by Maren Morris, who is an artist I've never heard of before. And I'm honestly, again, surprised that this is on here because I'm not actually confident that I have heard this song before. Though I don't know because it does sound like a lot of other songs, but also though I might have heard it and I just don't because remember. I mean, obviously I listened to it again in preparing for this video a few times, but like even now I'm kind of struggling to remember it after I just listened to it in full. Also, not to be like a fucking, like a fucking nerd or anything, but like you do need more than bones. Like, we're not all just skellies walking around. I know I get it's like a metaphor for like the love that this woman has with somebody, but like, I feel like you had like the house metaphor that was also going on in the chorus. I feel like you could have just used that, and also she gets like kind of confused and like says the house is good if the bones are good or something. I don't actually remember what she said, but like houses don't have bones, literally. Like, you're already using a metaphor. I'm probably just nitpicking, but I wouldn't have to if this song was actually like that interesting in any way. I'm giving it. Wait, where is it? Yeah, I'm giving it. Yeah, I'm giving it a D. I'm giving it the D. I'm giving it. Yeah, I shouldn't say that. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, but I don't think the hating is gonna stop anytime soon. It will at some point. I promise we're gonna get to a song that I like at some point. But right now we're getting to Maroon 5, which is never something anyone wants to say. Actually, wait, that's not true. There are some early Maroon 5 songs that are good. Kind of. They're alright. Good, kind of like crappy white guy pop rock from the early 2000s, There were certainly eras where average white guys were kind of killing it, but chart-wise, in terms of how much fucking money they make, probably Maroon 5, I guess is like kind of killing it. But some may also say that like Maroon 5 is maybe trying to kill the very concept of music itself. I'm sure they've killed at least someone. I mean, I'm not saying that's a joke, but like, like what are the odds, like it might have happened, and I just feel like it's possible. Don't sue me. Anyways, yeah, this Maroon 5 song here called Memories, which is another like really sentimental kind of song. This one is obviously about like someone who has died. I think when I looked it up, it was their manager, who I guess Adam Levine and the band had like a very close relationship with. Look, I'm sure this song means like a lot to somebody, kind of like the Lewis Capaldi song. I cannot stand really Adam Levine's voice in most Maroon 5 songs. That's kind of like the main thing. It's like Panic at the Disco with Brendan Urie, whose voice I cannot stand, and who is also, to be fair, I'm pretty sure like a way worse person than Adam Levine. Like, I'm sure there are probably some good Panic at the Disco songs that I just can't really enjoy because I hate him so much, and not just as a person, but just his voice. Anyways, this song is bad. It's not as like offensive as like a lot of other Maroon 5 songs, like Animals or Sugar, which like, honestly really it might be like the worst song on this list. But it's not like This Love or like a good song. Anyways, yeah, unfortunately I'm gonna have to give this one a D as well. I should like do a joke about it. I should like, oh, this song is absurd. Your song is absurd, Adam. You guys, I don't know. That's like, that happened like a year ago. Okay, now we're getting into like slightly better territory. I shouldn't even say that. That's not really giving enough credit. The next song is Life is Good by Future and Drake. Two artists that have kind of very mixed catalogs in my opinion, but also two of like the hugest rappers of the last 10 or so years. You know, Drake is probably gonna, again, be on a lot of these lists if I go back enough. I don't know about Future as much. I don't think he cracks the top 10 so much, at least in, like, the year-end list. I don't think this is either of their, like, best hit song by any stretch of the imagination. It is kind of weird. Like, I know there's a beat switch, but it does feel like two separate songs that both just kind of exist to complement Drake and Future in their own way. Because I know they, like, link up a lot, but I don't feel like they actually have that much chemistry. I just feel like Future feels weird on a Drake song. Drake might feel less weird on a Future song, but this is technically a Future song. It was on that Future album. I don't know. It's kind of cool the way it is, but it feels like a beat switch just for a beat switch, which happens a lot these days, especially like post sicko mode. It feels like, despite how great the switches in that song were, a lot of people kind of just do it for like the novelty of having a beat switch in a song because it's just so cool. Even though a lot of the beat switches on the Baby Keem album from 2021, I believe, were kind of cool, I feel like he kind of abused it a little bit on there. Nevertheless, though, it's a good song. And like, especially as opposed to the rest of these songs, I'd much rather listen to this one. We're definitely getting into better territory, but I think this might still be like the bottom half of the list. Actually, no, I don't know. We'll see. So the next song on the chopping block is the hit song from Mr. Harry Styles, the King, as some people call him, I'm sure. This is actually probably my favorite album cycle from Harry Styles. I don't particularly love any album or song from him that much. He has good ones, obviously, but none that like I super am in love with. But it's cute, you know? It's definitely something that you'd want out of like a very good pop song. And when this album came out, I was listening to this song and this album quite a bit. I was actually a pretty big fan of it. Not anymore, really, and I don't really like his new album very much. But I see the appeal of Mr. Styles. I am kind of afraid to say anything bad about it because I know how big of a presence the Harry Styles fan community has on Twitter. But I do have bad things to say about Harry Styles. This song, though, I don't really think I need to say anything bad. I'd probably put it in the B just because, like, it's not the most memorable Harry Styles song, but it is, like, pretty good. So this next song is Rockstar by Mr. DaBaby, who I haven't thought about in like a really long time. He kind of fell off, not to, use like NBA YoungBoy fan terms, but like I'd say like his public presence downfall with all of like the, homophobic stuff he said really kind of coincided with his musical downfall. I feel like you can kind of look back on before someone was horrible, or at least before you knew that they were horrible, and kind of appreciate their music, I guess separate the art from the artist. If the art is good enough in a lot of cases, I still listen to like the Smiths, despite Morrissey being a horrible person. Certain characters I can't really do that with, but it's usually because I never really liked their music that much in the first place. But I feel like DaBaby, there was definitely a lot of hype around him, and he did make some good songs. I don't know. I'm not, like, super upset that he's not really relevant anymore. Especially, because he kind of deserves it for being, like, such a weirdo. But I don't even like this song very much. I don't get why it's such a hit. I definitely heard it a lot, but, like, the beat is so annoying and repetitive. The part where he like starts fast rapping in the middle sounds so bad. Roddy Ricch kind of lightens things up on his verse, but generally I don't really like this song. It's very just repetitive and kind of mind-numbing. DaBaby, I feel like the reason that people got tired of him is because it's like a joke, right? Like the DaBaby flow that he like never switches out of. It's not the worst, but it's pretty meh, in my opinion. You're going and see, young man. Okay, however, though, now I'm getting excited. Because the next song we have up is actually a pretty great one. It's Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. And when hearing it on the radio, I really like this song. And I like this album a lot, as a lot of people did. I remember seeing it in a lot of like best album of the year lists for 2020. Every like refrain and chorus on this song is super catchy. Dua Lipa is just like a really charismatic performer in general, in my opinion. I just think in terms of pure pop music, it is one of the best songs here. And the fact that I'm not honestly sure that it is kind of says a lot about how good the other song is. Before I actually re-listened to all of these songs, I did think this was going to go an S. I don't think it hits as hard as I thought it did. I'm probably going to go with an A. I don't know if I feel great about that. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling that. 3 more to go. Yeah, the next one is Circles by Post Malone. I have respect for Posty. You know, I think I'm going to go back and maybe do the 2010s at some point, and maybe I'll run across some of his other songs there. This isn't a rap song, though. This is like an indie pop crossover song. There's a lot of that kind of eclecticism, I guess, on Hollywood's Bleeding, which is the album that this came from, or was a single for. I'm not really a big fan of it. It is catchy, the choruses. It does just feel like a little awkward, though. I don't really feel like Post Malone fits the best over this type of song. And it does feel like really late. It feels like a song that should have been released in like the early 2010s. But I guess just because Post Malone is a rapper, he feels the need to be doing this to like show everybody that he's like different from everybody else, you know. I'm not shitting on everybody who decides to do that. And like, you know, Lil Yachty released that album earlier this year. It was like a psych rock album. And it was pretty good. But this just feels like a little more cynical. Like, Post Malone just wanted to reach out into indie pop or like indie rock because he just felt like it. He didn't really have like much creative to do with it. I don't know. It's not a bad song. There are other Post Malone songs I like more than this, but this one, not so much. It's not great. I'd probably also put this in the C. Not like the ocean. Or, what the fuck is the difference between an ocean and a sea? You know, guys, I was homeschooled, so I'm not the best with this type of thing. You see, you guys, I know all of you were asking, and I'm actually here to explain it to you. So seas are actually smaller than oceans, and usually located where the land and ocean meet. Typically, seas are partially closed by land. So, you know, I hope you guys learned something. Not me, though. I'm a genius. Anyways, we got a couple of fucking hits down here. Number 2 of the year was The Box by Roddy Ricch. This song is gas, for the record. It's not often you get like a pure rap song so high on the charts. I remember like early in the year, like in January, I think, when this song came out, I remember Justin Bieber did like a thing where he was like, oh yeah, stream my song, make a playlist with just my song and keep it on repeat while you're sleeping. And if you live in another country, get a VPN so you can pretend like you're American, because Billboard only counts American listeners, I guess. It was kind of funny. And The Box was the song it was the second to that month. It is just really catchy. I haven't heard a lot about Roddy Ricch since this album cycle. I know he made another album. I never listened to it or heard much about it. I think it kind of flopped, but I do really like this song, honestly, still to this day. The whole, like, you know, cinematic presentation of, like, the instrumental and the beat is, like, still really kind of novel, but, like, in a good way. It's just a really unique, like, quotable song. I think it's, like, one of the best trap songs to hit the charts like this. And it's obvious why it like got as popular as it did. I'm not even like a huge pop rap fan a lot of the time, but this song really does hit in a different kind of way. I'm thinking this is kind of S tier, you know? And finally, we've got good old Abel Tesfaye. I don't know. I think this song kind of speaks for itself, honestly. It is just... when I was talking about another song on here being like the perfectly crafted pop song and how Don't Start Now is like almost that, this is the song I was thinking of when I was like, but this is way better, because it did kind of come out around that time, and even still to this day, there are like just, artists doing like 80s crossover music, and just, it's not as much like, I don't know, the new like Miley Cyrus song is trying to do like a weird disco thing, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of a lot of it, but this song is fucking great. And even like after listening to it so many times and hearing it fucking everywhere, it does get like a little annoying just hearing it everywhere, but when I listen to it on my own, it still fucking goes. I'd say I'd put this in the S as well. I think this is like probably the most important song here. The most iconic. I don't know why it's... Okay. It's the most iconic of any of these songs, in my opinion. But a lot of them are fairly iconic. This was a decent year, I'd say. Some flops, some bangers, some kind of in the middle. It's not too bad at all. I think I started out this video saying I would rank all of the Pitchfork songs from the 2020s, but I actually realized that I'm not whatsoever going to be able to do that in a timely manner. So I'm going to leave this one here.